What are the basics of self-defense law in Arizona? I'm attorney Kristen. I'm a certified criminal law specialist. I've been a criminal defense attorney in Arizona for the past 26 years. A lot of law-abiding people carry guns on their person or they have them in their home for protection. It's important to know the basics of Arizona self-defense law just in case something were to happen where you would have to protect yourself or your family against somebody's unlawful threat of violence or violence against you. In Arizona, you would be justified in using physical force against another person if a reasonable person would believe that physical force was immediately necessary to protect themselves against another person's use or attempted use of unlawful physical force. For deadly physical force, which means something that could cause death or serious physical injury, you would be justified in using deadly physical force if a reasonable person believed that deadly physical force was immediately necessary to protect themselves against another person's unlawful use or attempted use of deadly physical force. So the standard is a reasonable person, what they would believe in the same circumstances. There are several areas where a person is not justified in using physical force or deadly physical force. One would be in a situation in response to verbal provocation alone. If there's a verbal altercation, you can't use physical force to defend yourself. 2, to resist arrest. You can't use physical force or deadly physical force to resist an arrest if you knew or you should have known that it was being conducted by a law enforcement officer. Even if you believe that the person shouldn't be arresting you, that's still not a justification. The only justification in that scenario would be if the officer himself was using something that wasn't lawful according to law enforcement standards. And I think we all know that they're given quite a bit of latitude in that situation. The third area where you're not justified to use physical force or deadly physical force would be if you provoked the other person's unlawful use of physical force in the first place. There is an exception to that, however. Let's say they're using unlawful physical force against you. If you tell them that you're withdrawing, or you tell them your intent to withdraw, but for some reason you don't think you can safely withdraw, and they're continuing to use that unlawful physical force against you, then you would be justified in using the physical force against them. If you have any other questions about self-defense law in Arizona, or would like to discuss a specific scenario, then give me a call or send an email.